Today, we are unpacking the fascinating Japanese secret to functioning with peak energy and razor-sharp mental clarity, and get this, often on significantly fewer hours of sleep.
Okay, let's dive into this stark contrast. On one hand, we have our common reality, 8 hours and totally drained. We sleep just to wake up feeling like we have absolutely zero energy to face the day. But then, we have the Japanese phenomenon, fewer hours yet completely energized. In Japan, many people sleep fewer hours than we do, yet they wake up so refreshed they're tackling their entire day's workload ahead of schedule. They essentially treat sleep like a fast charger for a smartphone. You know, they plug in for a shorter time, but the quality of that charge is so incredibly high that they unplug ready to go at a full 100%. To understand exactly how they achieve this fast charging effect, we are going to break things down into 3 areas: optimizing the physical environment, activating biological triggers, and finally, utilizing the daytime recharge. Part 1. The physical environment. Let's talk about designing your very own sleep cave.
It all starts with temperature. And spoiler alert, this is going to be one of our top priorities later on. Research looking at over 2,000 Japanese homes found something pretty striking. The average bedroom temperature is kept between a chilly 13 and 17 degrees Celsius. They intentionally cool their rooms down. Now don't worry, you don't have to freeze, but hitting an ideal target of 18 to 20 degrees Celsius is an absolute game changer for upgrading your sleep quality. Have you ever noticed how you toss and turn on a hot, stuffy summer night, but the literal second a cool breeze hits, you fall into a deep sleep?
Well, there's a hard biological reason for that. As sleep scientist Matthew Walker points out, your brain actually needs to drop your body's core temperature by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius just to initiate deep sleep. If your room is sitting at 28 degrees Celsius, your brain is working overtime, trying to force your body to cool down. It's a massive struggle, and the result? A terrible, sweaty, exhausting morning. Lowering your room temperature just naturally handles this biological requirement for you.
This brings us to the next physical factor, your bed. Now, we often think a super soft, cloud-like bed equals luxurious sleep, right? But on a very soft mattress, your spine just isn't in its natural position. What happens is your body actually has to take micro breaks all night long, waking you up just a tiny bit without you even consciously realizing it, just to readjust your spine. Conversely, the Japanese rely on firm support, traditionally using futons and tatami mats. A firm surface keeps the spine totally straight, eliminates those awkward pressure points, and ultimately means way fewer interruptions.
But it doesn't stop at the mattress. Let's look at pillows. In Japan, they use something called a Sobakawa. This is a traditional pillow filled with buckwheat husks. Now, most of us treat pillows like giant soft toys where our heavy heads just sink right into them. A Sobakawa, however, acts as a firm, supportive tool. It adjusts right to the natural curve of your neck rather than just caving under the weight of your head, which ensures your blood circulation flows naturally all night long.
And why does this matter? Because the data is crystal clear. Proper neck support from these firm, adaptive pillows can reduce morning neck pain and stiffness by up to 50%. When you eliminate that physical discomfort, your sleep automatically becomes vastly deeper and so much more restorative.
Section 2. The biological triggers. Let's get into those pre-sleep rituals. The most famous of these is Afuroba. This is the daily Japanese ritual of taking a relaxing hot bath right before bedtime. Now hold on a second. I know exactly what you're thinking. Didn't we literally just establish that the body's core temperature needs to drop by 2 to 3 degrees? Why on earth would we soak in hot water right before bed? It seems totally counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Well, the science behind this is absolutely fascinating. Let's walk through this sequence step by step. Step 1, when you get into a warm bath, the blood vessels near your skin expand, and your core temperature actually does rise a bit. But here is the magic in Step 2. The moment you step out of that bath and into your newly cooled room, those open, expanded blood vessels release all that heat rapidly. Step 3, this rapid heat escape causes your core body temperature to absolutely plummet right down by that required 2 to 3 degrees. And finally, Step 4, that sharp drop acts as a massive biological trigger for immediate deep relaxation and sleep.
But all that amazing biological triggering can easily be ruined, which is why this next habit is crucial. 95% of people in Japan own smartphones, just like us, but they practice incredibly strict 1-hour screen discipline before bed. Why? Because the blue light emitting from your screen literally tricks your biological clock, your circadian rhythm, into thinking the sun is still up. It severely delays your deep sleep. So instead of doom scrolling for cheap dopamine hits until your eyes are heavy, try picking up a physical book, Engaging in a calm, analog activity allows your brain to seamlessly maintain that relaxed state triggered by your bath.
Section 3. The daytime recharge. It's time to shift the shame around sleep.
This brings us to a really beautiful cultural concept called Inemuri, which translates to sleeping while present. In a lot of cultures, if someone tells you that you look tired, it honestly feels like an insult. If you rest your eyes at your desk, you're branded as lazy. But in Japan, if you look tired, it's very often seen as a genuine compliment. It's a sign that you are a hard worker, giving it your absolute all. They deeply respect the body's signal for rest. Taking a public nap on a train or catching a quick rest in the office is completely respected, with zero judgment.
Compare that to what we usually do. When we feel that inevitable midday crash, we try to mask it, right? We reach for a massive cup of coffee to fake our energy levels. Well, the crucial point here is this: that caffeine you just drank to push through the afternoon, it stays in your body for over 10 hours. By trying to cheat your daytime tiredness, you are actively keeping a stimulant in your system that will absolutely destroy your sleep quality that night.
So instead of masking tiredness, the Japanese have mastered the mini nap. The trick is to keep it strictly between 15 to 20 minutes, ideally falling somewhere between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. You do not want a long, deep sleep during the day. Keeping it strictly under 20 minutes ensures you get a powerful, short burst of energy to recharge your brain, without waking up feeling heavy, groggy, or completely messing up your nighttime sleep drive.
So, we've covered a ton of ground today, and I want to make sure you can actually put this into practice immediately. Let's pull all these insights together into a one-week habit tracker. I want you to treat this as a professional audit for optimizing your daily recovery cycles. Picture a printable weekly log sheet, complete with checkboxes, where you can systematically track your progress as you build out these 7 Japanese habits.
On this tracker, you'll see clear, visual icons for all 7 habits. But if you're a beginner, I want you to use the simplified daily checklist and just prioritize the 3 easiest core habits this week. Number 1, dialing your room temperature to 18 to 20 degrees. Number 2, enforcing that 1-hour no-screen discipline. And number 3, grabbing one 15 to 20-minute afternoon nap. As you work through the week, you'll see a visual progress bar to keep you motivated. Plus, the log includes specific columns to document the actual time spent on your evening rituals, like your warm bath duration and evening reading sessions, along with a section to record the exact duration of your afternoon power naps.
Now here's where the real executive audit comes in. Alongside the habits, you're going to track your sleep quality scores right next to your daily mood and your energy levels. You'll evaluate each day based on your peak focus levels and mental clarity. And finally, in the weekly summary section, you'll be able to correlate your total sleep hours directly against your total daily work productivity. So I leave you with this final thought. Looking at your tracker, which of those beginner habits are you going to check off tonight? Take control of your recovery, and let's see just how quickly your energy transforms. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and here is to waking up fully charged.